Hi there, a very good morning to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and this is another video from me after a while. So, haven't been feeling well, so that's why the videos were not coming up that much. But hopefully, now things should streamline, and we should be having video on a continuous basis. So today I'm going to talk about a very interesting and a renowned, you can say, summer play that I have given as a stock call many times, and it has come out with very strong numbers. So I'm talking about Blue Star. We'll discuss in detail about Blue Star, its numbers, etc., and why the stock is down and what needs to be done from a long-term perspective. I'll also discuss about whether one should buy on a shorter term basis, and we'll discuss about the charts as well and everything with regard to shorter term trading on the stock. But more or less, this video pertains to whether one should buy it from a 3 to 5 year perspective or not. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Whatever I discuss here, I'm not a member of NSE and BSE, and that I am not an official portfolio advisor. These all will be my personal opinion, and any buying or selling decisions you take is purely in your discretion. So kindly consult your financial advisor and then take a call on buying these stocks. This is all my knowledge of the last 10 12 years that I have been in this market that I wanted to share with you. So before I talk about Blue Star, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions, seek out answers in greater detail. Once you get a $10 membership, you will have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts I put up from time to time on market calls and stock calls. If you pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. So that's a 15-20% discount. For detailed market or company talk, you can directly email me if you have a number of companies with you, something of that sort, and you want to talk one on one with me. You can email me and we can work things out with a fee. And also, if you cannot pay on Patreon, you can become a member on YouTube, and I'll be putting up everything on YouTube hopefully by tonight. Inshallah, everything will be there. So it has been up and down on YouTube membership there, but I'll have that up there. Plus, you can become a member on WhatsApp as well. If you email me, and you can become a yearly member on WhatsApp as well, and you get all the benefits of Patreon there. So now let me take you to the screener website, and we'll discuss about Blue Star in detail. So Blue Star, we know basically about the company, but just a couple of minutes on that. It is a manufacturer of air purifiers, air coolers, you can say water purifiers, cold storage, ACs, specialty products, even engineering products, and they have done well in engineering products over the last 2 3 quarters. So the company offers turnkey solutions in MEP, you can say mechanical, electrical, plumbing. So they are into these things as well. So Blue Star has been doing well in the AC segment, especially in the domestic AC segment and the commercial AC segment. They have been doing extremely well. The market cap of the company is around 13,000 14,000 crores. So it's not a huge company. In fact, over the last 10 years, it has grown from being a small cap, say, to 3,000 crores to where it is currently. Currently, the stock price is 1,417, and the stock fell after the results and the bonus that was declared and everything else. So that was pretty interesting. The stock is trading, it says that it's trading at 49 times, but I'll discuss and I'll let you know that it's trading at much lesser valuation. We'll calculate the valuation in a bit. Trading at 1.7 times sales, which is also extremely interesting at the moment. So let's discuss about the numbers, and then we'll discuss about why the stock fell, and why the numbers are good in my opinion, and why one should be looking to buy into the stock from a 3 to 5 years perspective. So if you look at the March quarter numbers, we have it here, the March 23 numbers, and if we compare it from March 22 year on year, we are seeing that sales were 2624 crores was at 2250 crores, so that's around 17-18% jump in sales. Operating profit was 143 crores, that has jumped to around 180 crores. That's a phenomenal jump, but that's around 25-27% on operating profit basis. And what has happened is that margins have expanded to 7% versus, if you see here, 6%. So it's a very cutthroat kind of a competition in the AC segment and this consumer white goods space. And to maintain margins, first of all, between 5 and 6% in a very difficult environment, and now to increase it to 7% is a phenomenal feat. And hopefully going forward they would be able to maintain this sort of a margin. Now this is interesting. Other income was around 180 crores this time around. This was some of the funds that came in from sale of you can say products or facilities about 2-3 quarters back. So that's why they came in. So we take that other income would have been around say around 10 crores or so, 7-8 crores or so. Then we are looking at say 185 crores. So what I'm trying to do here is, and let's do this, is that let's just you can say equate the numbers with respect to having a normalized other income. So if I say that they did 179 crores of you can say operating profit uh, this year, this quarter, and if I say that other income would have been around 6 crores, then we take the depreciation part and interest part as is given, so around 18. So this actually 180, actually 185 minus 18 uh, would come in here. And then if you deduct the depreciation part, we are left with 144 crores. So in fact, instead of 317 crores that's given here, they would have done 144 crores of profit before tax, which in March of 2023 was around 114 crores. So again the number looks pretty strong. If I take on a percentage terms, we are looking at a situation where the growth in profitability is around 26%. A similar kind of, you can say, taxes, and we are looking at a situation where I would say that the numbers per se on the bottom line and on the top line look extremely strong. So uh, if I so basically speaking, what I'm trying to say here is that things are pretty good. Now, why the stock fell, we'll discuss about this. But if I take out the tax part, we are looking at 111 crores as the net profit versus 76 crores. So that's a definite big growth that we are talking about of around 45-46% on the net profit basis. EPS would have been much better from 7.9. The EPS would have grown pretty big. So if I see here, uh, then we are looking at a situation where it would have been 11.55. So if you take the valuation part, when I discussed right at the start of the video that the valuations for Blue Star would not be around 50-52 times. This is what I was speaking about. That currently they did an EPS of 11.55. If I add other you can say EPS whatever they have come out with in the last 3 quarters, then we are looking at a situation where they did around 30 rupees 30 rupees of EPS, and the stock is around 1415. We have a situation where the stock is trading at 47 times current earnings. If I say that they grow by only say 20%, I won't say that they'll keep on growing the way they did. So if I take that they did an EPS of 30 rupees this year, we have calculated that from 17 rupees, from 10 rupees earlier, now they are up to 30 rupees. I don't think they'll do 42, 44 rupees, but they can definitely do 36 rupees. So on 36 rupees, that's a 20% growth next year. From an FY24 basis, we are looking at a situation where the stock is trading at 39-40 times. Now, if we take the valuations part further, then if we look at on a average PE basis from a 5 years perspective, how the stock has performed, then you'll be able to understand that currently the stock is, as I said, trading at not 49 but 47 times, and on an average PE basis, median PE is 47. So currently the stock is at that median PE base. So that is why from a long term perspective at current levels, after the correction that has taken place, there's not much of a downside. Maximum downside from here would be 5 to 8%. That is maximum. And we are looking at an appreciable upside. So if I say 1 year down the line, if they do 36 rupees, then if even if it trades at 55 times, we are looking at 2000 on the stock from a 1 year perspective. And that is why I believe that whenever you are investing into the market and buying into top quality companies, it is best to buy them in distress. It is best to buy them when they have come out with very strong numbers, yet the stock is not performing for one reason or the other. We'll discuss about the reasons as to why the stock did not perform after the numbers. But basically, at around 47 times current earnings, 40 times 1 year forward earnings, this looks a steal at the moment. If you have a 3 year perspective, this can easily double. There's no, I mean, very little chance that the stock may not double from here unless the company degrows from here and the growth doesn't remain the same, which I don't think will happen. So from a 3 year perspective, Blue Star can easily go up 80 to 100%. Again, disclaimers do apply from around 1400 levels, and I don't think there's huge downside, but you can always keep a stop loss between 6 to 8% from your buy price, so that you don't lose a lot. But I don't think there's major downside in the stock in here. Now let's discuss about why the stock fell. So if you look at the numbers here, the quarterly numbers, so there was a decent sales growth, but when you look at the complete picture with respect to sales and profitability, and especially the operating profit, there was expectation of further growth or margin expansion because of the kind of business and kind of, you can say, momentum we have in the capital goods segment. So probably the engineering segment, people were expecting that would do even better, but I would say that the performance per se overall is pretty good, and that is why from those 1450 1460 levels the stock fell. The second reason for the fall of the stock is pretty interesting. Now the company has given a bonus issue, uh, and the fact here remains that the company could have used those funds to go for expansion if they would have thought that going forward there will be growth. Now this is a very very interesting point here. Whenever a company gives a bonus, they give it from their own, you can say, funds. The bonus shares comes in, so shares doesn't come in from nothing. So they have to produce those. Either they'll give bonus or dividend, or expand. And if a company expands and expands big time, what one of the, you can say, a pipe company is doing, what one of the chemical company is doing big time, and there are other companies that are doing, that is what investors like. That is exactly what investors like. But if the company is giving bonuses or high, you can say, dividends, we have seen that with multinational corporation like PNG, you have Gillette, etc., and other companies. Then there is trouble, because the company might be thinking that 2 3 years down the line there is no need for expansion, at least a couple of years down the line. And why there is no need for expansion is because the demand will remain either at the same level or will reduce. So again we come back to the point that going forward things may not improve from here. So what the street believes is that the March quarter numbers might be the best for the company, and that is why the stock fell. uh, Partially, I do agree that probably June would be the best quarter of the last 2 3 years, 3 years or so, before the pandemic, say 4 years ago. Over the last 4 years, I think this June quarter will be the best. If now that is another if that has come in, so that is the second reason as to why the stock has fallen. is that the June quarter this time around may not have the same level of sales as the last, you can say, 3 4 years back. Why is that? Is because there is a real shift with respect to the summer season. Especially we are experiencing in the north or in the far east, is that the summer has come in extremely late, mid May or so. Just recently, 1 or 2 days back, we are feeling the heat here. And you would agree that over the last week or so, the temperatures have picked up, although April remained slightly cooler. So that would hit on the summer sales. That would have a hit on the summer sales, and that is probably a second reason as to why the street believes that going forward, numbers may not be extremely strong. But I still believe, being the best quarter for a company which deals in white goods and ACs, etc., June will be very good. So after June would be the issue. And the street is positioning themselves, or the people on the street are positioning themselves on the basis of that, and that is why the stock is falling. Now, why I'm bullish from a 1 2 3 year perspective is that this is all sentimental in nature. Once the stock goes to 1370, say 1380, 1360, even 1350, value will emerge. So I'm not saying you go ahead and buy on Monday and Tuesday and buy everything. You start buying in 5 10% tranches if you really feel like, once you analyze that this stock could build wealth over the next 3 years, and then see what happens after buying for 10 20%. Do not buy a lot if the stock keeps falling. Buy on strength. So that is my call. So we'll discuss about technicals in a bit, and then you'll be able to understand when I say buy on strength, what that means. But at the moment, I have a firm belief that if it goes to 1350 1360 with the kind of numbers it is producing, even with the 18 20% growth, and I'm not showing a 30 40% growth, this should perform. The PE remains between 45 to 55, so it is on the lower end. It's not 49, it's around 47. So again, the point remains that around 100 rupees is the downside maximum in my opinion, and the upside could be 5 600 rupees in the next 18 months. So that's the call on a blue star. These were the 2 3 reasons as to why the stock fell. I believe growth will continue, and it will remain as the leader in this space, because they are into they are big time into air purifying and other factors as well. So uh, I believe that on a decline this can be bought, but you can do your own analysis as well. Let's go to another chart, or charts of, you can say, blue star. Intellect came out with very strong numbers, so I was looking at its charts as well. But let's look at blue star as to how it has performed, and how things have been technically. So the stock is around 1412 levels. Let's open up the charts here. Very interesting. Intraday on NSC, it hit a high of 1615, not on BSC. BSC high is 1535 on the same day, that's 20th of March. And the stock has fallen. So when the markets have done well, a blue star has struggled. Now, this is why sometimes it is very important. In fact, along with fundamentals, it's very important to understand the technicals. If the stock is not performing in a very big, you can say, bull market, in a market where mid caps and small caps have done reasonably well over the last month and a half, I have so you would understand that it's better to avoid it unless the charts improve. Even from a longer term basis, better to buy a stock after the improvement of the chart. So when will the chart improve? The chart will improve when it takes out these levels, the high of these, which is 1500. Above 1500, technically, people should start buying with a stop loss that would be closer to somewhere around 1400, and this one, the high of this, which is for 1459. So let's have a stop loss around 1455 1450. So above 1500, it will gain a lot of traction, and we should be looking at the stock doing extremely well. So technically speaking, that is the level to look at. Even on, you can say, RSI, the stock has collapsed post the results, so it's better for it to first take strength, and strength would be around 1500. But for somebody buying from a 2 3 year perspective, they should start buying here. Why I am saying this is that if you look at a 6 months candlestick chart, then you'll be able to see here that the major support lies around here, which is around 1400 level. So 1400 is a very major support. It might get breached for a while, but then if you see here, these are strong support levels: 1390, 1360, 1350. If you look at the lows, 1360, 1350 are strong support. So this is the region to buy. I don't think that 1350 would be breached easily, because if you see, if you look at 1350, and if you look at an EPS, current EPS of 30, even on current basis, the stock will trade at 45 times, which is on the lower end, as I explained. From a 5 year perspective, it would be very, very interesting here. Another thing is, if you look at 1 year forward, then it will become even cheaper. You have an idea that they should do around 36 rupees, 37 times earnings, which is extremely good. So people will buy big time around here. So I think from a long term perspective, one should start buying here. From a shorter term perspective, say if you want to trade, you need to buy above 1500. So this was a video, a complete analysis of Blue Star. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.